Hi and welcome back. I'm Mary Jo, also known as Sewjo, and this is my channel where I talk about all my quilty stitchy things, and this is part 4 of what will I make with the Feed Stacks Good Works Jelly Roll by Lindsay Call McRae from Moda. So I'm using a free tutorial from Missouri Star Quilt Company called Grandma's Maze Economy Block, and I have all 81 of my blocks right here. Now I have them in groups of 9 in 9 different sections because I'm going to have 9 rows with 9 blocks in. So there's 181 blocks altogether. So I just need to start making my sashing rows. So I'll just put my sashing right between each of these blocks, pin them, stack them, and then I'll make a sashing row. So I'll have 9 sashings and 8 quarterstones, and then go back to my block rows. So I'm going to start pinning and sewing. Now when I go to the sewing machine and sew, I will do a web piecing all the way down, which means I will sew one seam through all 9 of the block rows and the 8 sashing rows, and then I'll go over and sew the next seam all the way down. So when I'm done, they will all be webbed together. It'll look like I have a quilt with a bunch of holes in it. But all right, I'm going to start pinning and sewing. Okay, so I finished all my web piecing and then I pressed. This is the back of the quilt. So here's those holes from the web piecing where I said it's sewn all the way down. I prefer to sew my quilt tops this way when I can, just because it helps keep everything in order and I don't have to worry about everything getting mixed up with rows. With this quilt, it doesn't so much matter if the rows got mixed up, but sometimes it does. So now I just need to pin all these horizontal seams and sew some more and press, and then the center of the quilt top will be done. So I finally have this entire, well, the middle of the quilt top all sewn, pressed, put together. So now I'm going to add an inner border. Now I'm going to have this inner border the same size as my sashing, white sashing in here. Now I did make my sashing a little bit bigger than what the tutorial had, just because it was easier. And it makes it a little bit bigger. So I'm going to add this white inner border all the way around, and then after that I'll add my bigger border all the way around. I don't know how big I'm going to cut my border yet. We'll see. All right, more pinning, sewing, pressing. So I am almost done. I have that 1.5 border, inner border all the way around, and now I'm going to add the outer border and be done. And I decided to go with a 6-inch outer border, so I'll go ahead and sew it all, and then when I'm done, I'll hang it up and we'll take a look at it. And I'm finally finished. This is what it looks like. Now, this did take me about 10 days. I was planning on about 4 or 5, so it took twice as long as what I was expecting, but it is done. It did finish about 83 by 83. Now, it is bigger than what the Missouri Star Quilt Company's tutorial was because I used bigger sashing and a bigger border. I believe border was a little bit bigger. I'm not sure. So what will I make with the Feed Stacks Good Works jelly roll? Well, I made Grandma's Maize Economy Block quilt. All right. Till next time. Bye.